Look at them. Look at them. What they're doing makes them feel important. They feel like art traffickers, predators. But they're just tiny cogs in the wheel. At our service. One day the rust will eat them away. Nothing will be left.
And that is a clip from La Chimera. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Starring Josh O'Connor. And I'm just puzzled over the pronunciation because I've always said, not that I use the word very often, but I've always said Chimera. But because this is Italian, this is a hard C?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's because it's Italian. I've just been told that's how it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think...
It's your film, so you can pronounce it anyhow you like.
I'm pronouncing it La Chimera.
La Chimera,
yeah.
Okay. And La Chimera is, right, so I'm reading this, obviously, a she-goat from Southeast, obviously this is Greek mythology, composed of different animal parts, usually depicted as a lion with the head of a goat protruding from its back, occasionally depicted with dragon's wings and a tail that might end with a snake's head.
Which would be the worst description of the film, because it's sort of nothing about that. But I did the same, when I was researching the film, one of the first things I did was like, what the hell is a chimera?
Yeah.
And I did exactly the same thing and found exactly the same description, which it is, but it also means, and more importantly for the film, means a chimera is a sort of an idea of a utopia, of like something that you desire, essentially. So it's
right.
The description of this kind of
hybrid
beast.
Yes,
it does come from the Etruscans, which is also an aspect of the film, but really, it's like an almost something that you comprehend as being utopian.
Okay, so don't go and see Josh O'Connor's new movie if you think it's going to be some kind of Marvel.
Yeah, it's not
with
that.
Beasts and ancient creatures.
You'll be severely disappointed.
You will be. So let's find out about the film itself. I just want to talk about the director first of all.
Yeah.
And again, I need to get the pronunciation right. She's Italian, and it looks like Alice Rohrwacher, but it's Alice Rohrwacher.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay,
yeah.
And you love her. You love her work. Yes. So tell us about Alice and why you wanted to work with her so much.
Well, so the story goes that I have a younger brother who doesn't, as far as I know, often go to the cinema. But he would, as a kind of sweet way of engaging with me, would kind of call me and say, I went to the movies. But oftentimes it would be sort of standard and exciting, but standard movie-going experiences. And one day he called me and said, I just went to cinema and I saw an Italian film, which piqued my interest. And he said he loved it, and it was called Happy as Lazzaro. And so I went, I think the same day or the day after, to see the movie. And Happy as Lazzaro, if you haven't seen it, is I think a masterpiece, and it's kind of magical realism, but feels grounded in truth and in sort of elements of spirituality and faith, and themes that I really I'm drawn to anyway. And so I became obsessed, and within a couple of days I'd watched The Wonders, her film previous to that, which is also magical, Corpo Celeste, which was her first feature, her short films, and I wrote a letter. And I wrote this letter saying, Alicia, I'd love to work with you. You're fantastic.
Are you in a habit of doing that kind of thing?
No, not really. I mean, I like writing letters, but not...
Doesn't she live out in the woods somewhere?
Well, this is the problem. So then I wrote this letter and called my agent saying, how do we get this to Alicia? And they were like, good luck. She doesn't have an agent. No one knows where she lives. But I got some intel that she lives in Orvieto. Or no, I think initially in Umbria, which is a massive part of Italy. So I sent a letter entitled Alice Rohrwacher, Italy. I posted it. And then I sent another one.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, it's ridiculous. And then I sent it to Umbria, again with this notion that someone would see it at the post office and know someone who knows someone who knows. And
this is a whole movie.
I know. Anyway, she never received the letter, and then just by chance we met up.
So that's a disappointing movie. That wouldn't work plot-wise.
Yeah, it wouldn't work plot-wise. It wouldn't be thrilling.
No,
Yeah.
she needs an ancient postie to be delivering
Yes.
that letter, and she goes, "Oh right, I'd already cast someone, but no."
But no.
I'm
And
gonna
what would
change
be
my
yes,
mind.
exactly. What would have been perfect is if we'd made our movie and then years later she'd received the letter.
Okay, that's even better.